Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another episode of my Shrewsbury Town career on FIFA 15. Now, seeing that this is something I've never really spent time on a FIFA game, managing a smaller team in England, because I've always gone to, Manchester United, my favourite club, but I don't think I'm doing that bad. What do you guys think? I mean, we've picked up some good results. Yes, I've lost here and there, but they haven't been very convincing wins for the opposition. They've been like a 1-0 win here and there, but I think I'm doing okay, and I'm certainly looking forward to heading towards the end of the season and see where we actually end up. Now, before I actually start this career mode with Shrewsbury Town, I was thinking, is this a bad mistake? Should I really be doing this? Because I remember on a past FIFA game, I think it was FIFA 09, it could have been FIFA 10, but I picked a lower league team to manage in career mode in my first game or two, and I was like, nah, I can't be doing this. It's too slow paced for me. I'm used to the Premier League, and with that being fast paced and everything, and having these top players at Man United and so on, it just didn't compare. But you know what? Now that they've improved the gameplay of the last two games of FIFA, it's pretty decent actually playing as a lower league team, and you can get some pretty exciting games out of it as well. And if any of you guys haven't played with a lower league team yet, go and do it, I implore you. So with that said and done, and me rambling on as usual, our first game of this episode was against Cheltenham, 3 points on the line in League 2. And as you just saw, we did go a goal down in the 20th minute, so he had it all to do. Rangel went down there after a nasty challenge just outside the box on the right hand side of the pitch. The ref comes storming over and brandishes a yellow card. That was his second yellow, so he was sent off Paul Black. He was looking for it. He made some terrible challenges early on in this game, and that just topped it off there, just sliding in, stood showing against Rangel as he goes down. Nothing really came of the free kick. In the 55th minute, loanee from Manchester United, James Wilson had a good effort on goal, but the keeper saved it, keeping the game at 1-0 to his team. But a bit later on, Akpa fed the ball through to Dele Alli, who created space for himself, but it would be Taylor for Cheltenham doing the keeper's work and preventing the ball from going into the back of the net. So the game still stood at 1-0, but seeing that Cheltenham were down to 10 men, the setting went up to ultra attack, well, all-out attacking. You can see the amount of Shrewsbury Town players that we had in the area, and we still couldn't find the back of the net. So it's still 1-0 to Cheltenham. I was like, how is this happening? You know, we've had so many efforts on goal, and Grandison as well. He was joining the attack. He's a centre-half, and he was up front trying to find the equaliser that we so deserved in this game. And we had one last chance here before the ref blew his whistle for the final time, and it'd be Rangel swinging in the ball for a cross, and finally Akpa found the back of the net, and we would come away with a solid point. But I did think we deserved a lot more, as it seemed as though we dominated everything going in the game, from possession to chances on goal. But it was just our final finish, it just needed tweaking slightly. I mean, you saw that effort from Jack Grealish. Yes, I was trying to replicate his debut goal for Shrewsbury, where he struck it from that same position, and it did go in, but you saw it just dribbled past the post. It was a very poor effort. So a slight improvement was definitely needed with our final finish for our next game against Newport County, which will be away from home, and of course it would be slightly harder as well to get anything from this game, as I think Newport at this point in the season we're doing slightly better than Cheltenham. So if we couldn't get all 3 points against Cheltenham, then how are we going to get on against Newport County? It was obvious that Newport were looking for an early goal to get off to a good start in this game against Shrewsbury Town. They really wanted it, but thankfully my keeper Luella was looking pretty lively, doing a bit of a Manuel Neuer here and there, coming out of goal, making the challenge when needed, and just booting the ball away to prevent a goal from happening for Newport. Jack Grealish here on a good run, surrounded by Newport players, and he did win me a penalty. You can see the scuff mark on the pitch as well where he fell. Hughes was a bit lucky to actually get away with a warning from the ref there, as you can see out goes his hand, makes it so obvious, and grabs hold, gets a fistful of shirt from Grealish, and Grealish does go down. I was just surprised that it wasn't a yellow card, and of course instead of it being Captain Goldson taking the penalty, I would give this to Akpa, who I think would be more established as an actual penalty taker than a centre back. And I don't know what this is all about as well on FIFA 15. You're just waiting ages once you change your penalty kick taker. It's so annoying. It seems as though you're sitting there for ages. It's happened to me on my Man United career. But anyway, with that out of the way and done with, he was ready, I was ready, and I was looking for the bottom right, and the keeper did pull off a save. And I tried to knock it back in as the ball rebounded back out, but it just wasn't to be, and the game still stood at 0-0. How it wasn't 1-0, I really don't know. Really should be putting that away there. I mean, all it took was just a simple tap into the back of the net, and I couldn't even do that with that Prague Pro. So, bit gutted I couldn't have made it 1-0 there, but I couldn't afford to look back on that. I had to come back in the second half feeling refreshed and just go at Newport once again and look for that first goal of the game. In the 83rd minute, I did get a free kick here. Instead of giving it to Wildig, who stepped up initially for it, I decided to give it to Prague Pro. Give him another chance. This time there would be a wall in front of him. Could he make it 1-0 before the end of the game? And dear oh dear, that's why I will stop giving free kicks to Prague Pro. It was just a poor effort, and the game did end 0-0 in the end. So that's 2 points we've come away with over 2 games, so not the best. And I need to make sure that I sort this out very quickly, because if I'm not careful, I'm going to be falling behind in the league. I did receive the bad news as well that my keeper, my number 1 keeper, Luela, had pulled his hamstring and would be out for 7 days. I mean, obviously that's okay. It's not too long. It's not as though he's out for months on end, but being out for 7 days when we've got a game coming up which could be crucial towards our season, it's not the best. So our next game in the league would be against York City. We were back home playing in front of the home fans. It's always a bonus to do, and it would be Halstead starting instead of Luke Whaler for obvious reasons. And I decided to change the formation slightly, so I went for the 4-4-1-1. So McAllister comes in to sit just back behind Prague Pro. I did decide to give James Wilson a bit of a rest. I know he hasn't scored a goal yet in the league, so it's a bit disappointing. And I thought, well, we'll give him a bit of a rest, and hopefully when he comes back, he'll be raring to go to actually score his first goal in the league for Shrewsbury Town. Now, I was surprised that the ref didn't give a free kick for that challenge on Rangel. It was such a brilliant run forwards, just weaving in and out of defenders, but yet the referee didn't even see that challenge. Very disappointed, but McAllister made up for that just moments later as he made it 1-0 to Shrewsbury Town. A nice little, would you say, flick round the keeper. It wasn't really over the top of him. It was like a bit of a chip, just hitting on the volley into the back of the net, and it was something to build upon then. And Prague Pro had a good chance there with the finesse shot, and unfortunate for York City, it did deflect off their centre half and it went into the back of the net. So we had a good solid 2-0 lead. York, though, they were just disappointing in this game. Whenever they got into the final third, they're finishing a bit like ours in that first game against Cheltenham. Simply put, York were having a bad day at the office, and things went from bad to worse for York, as it would be Jack Grealish that extended our lead to 3-0 just before half time, and he's really gunning for it at the moment, trying to make an impression on me to pick him throughout this season, and also on Paul Lambert of Aston Villa, where he's actually on loan from. But what a superb finish from Jack Grealish. Such power behind it, smashing it past the keeper. Now, I'm not sure if anyone informed York at the time, but there would be another 45 minutes for them to endure. Yes, they were playing like it was the end of the world, as though they had nothing else left to play for. And in the 54th minute, Prague Pro made it 4-0. Kind of felt sorry for them. They were so stale, York, and this was kind of a weird goal, to be honest. It was supposed to be a finesse shot, but it was just the whole positioning of Akpa's body, which made me think, well, how did that go in? Halstead's first game of the season in the league for Shrewsbury Town looked like it was going to be the perfect day, holding on to a clean sheet, but somehow York City found the back of the net, making it 4-1. So with York getting a goal, it was kind of an extra incentive for me to then go and find a fifth for Shrewsbury Town. And we had a few decent opportunities. I mean, I went to smash the ball here with Dele Alli, and I really thought I found the back of the net there with that effort. I mean, he beat the keeper, but he didn't find the back of the net as it just goes wide. Now, in the 78th minute, it certainly looked like York City were about to mount a comeback here against Shrewsbury Town, but thankfully it was offside. I swear these linesmen, they have eagle vision, don't they? As you can see, Jarvis just slightly offside now. With minutes to go of the game, Halstead knocked the ball upfield with the goal kick, and you can see Rangel went down there holding onto his knee. The ref did stop the game and I had to replace him, and at this point I was hoping it wasn't going to be anything serious. I wish I could actually see what it was that he picked up, whether it was a pulled hamstring, whether it was a broken leg, whatever it may be. We had one final opportunity, probably could have kept running there with McAllister, but I decided to give it to James Wilson. I really want to get him his first goal in the league for Shrewsbury Town this season, but it just wasn't to be as it goes out for a corner. And the final score did end 4-1 to Shrewsbury, so a really good win, very comfortable, and it's looking pretty good at the moment. And with that, guys, I'm going to end it there. I hope that you've all enjoyed, and I'll see you all very soon for the next one. Thanks for watching.